Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe today before you leave. Make sure to thumbs up the video and to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on at this time. Hey guys, good evening and welcome back. How are you on this lovely November 2nd evening? Yes. All right. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope your Friday was off to a good start this morning, and the evening is even better. So hopefully so. All right. So let's hop right into our topic for. We have two topics for this evening. All right. So the first topic is just something that I actually posted it in the Christian group that I'm in on Facebook about a day ago. So just something that kind of came to me. I know it's like pretty prevalent in our society today. It happens rather often, and especially with celebrities. You see this sort of combination a lot. Even with the very famous couple, the Queen and King themselves, Jay-Z and Beyonce. So dating older men, did God send them? Or did God send him, should I say? So I think in my mind, I think God can send pretty much whoever he wants you to have, as far as like, the age preference, or, not even, well, not a preference, but age or race, or it doesn't really matter, the race of the person, the age of the person, the height or hair color. I think these things are kind of like secondary. I think God sends someone that you need in your life, so it's more so the heart of the person, and also he sends a person that's going to be attached to your destiny and where he's taking you. So he's always going to send somebody who's going to be basically helping to um what is that, sort of catapult you, into your future, and whatever dreams that you had, they're going to kind of be attached into them in some kind of way, and they're going to kind of fit. They just fit into, your little circle, basically. They fit into your world, the puzzle that is you. They're that missing piece for you. And so, you're going to know that immediately when you meet them. You're like, wow, it's like, I had everything, and until you came along, so you were that missing, thing, so you will feel that immense peace when you are in the presence of a God sent husband or wife. You will know, you like, okay, I think this person is it for me. So about him being an older man, not typically, anything that matters in that scenario, or about her being an older woman. It doesn't typically matter. I mean, this puts me in the mind of the movie how Stella got her groove back. How Stella got her groove back. Remember, Stella was like so wound up and insecure about their age difference, and he was like, say our age, say it a million more times, or say it so many times, so that way we both know how old we are, say it. So basically he was telling her, say it so we can both get it out of our system. I'm 20, you're 40, okay, whatever. So she had 20 years on him, and he, Winston, his name was, Taye Diggs' character. He was unfazed. Like, he really just loved her, and he thought she was just so beautiful and fascinating, like a gazelle, in the forest, and he just thought she was beautiful, and he just didn't care, about how old she was. In his mind, this relationship was going to work and could work simply because he was pursuing her. He saw something in her. He felt like, yeah, she was his God sent, woman. He felt they connected in a special way, and they were kindred spirits. So the age didn't really factor in for him, but for her it did. So, she was like, this is not going to work. I don't care how much I like him. I enjoy his company. He's great. However, he's really handsome. However, I'm 20 years older than him. Like, what am I going to do with this boy? is what she, kept thinking. So, it just made me think, if a person is significantly older than you, meaning like past 5 years, so we're talking like 10 years and up, you know, can they be considered or still in the framework or the box of a God sent husband or wife because they're so much older than you? You know, like basically, would God send a mate that's older than you? Would there be a reason for him to? You know, so that just made me think. I said, because I think for me that's another dynamic on it. Because when we hear about that topic, we read magazine articles about it, we watch it on TV. It's just, you know, dating an older man, dating an older woman. Period. Like that's the topic. Like, oh my God, look at this young, beautiful woman with this old man, look at this, this young guy with this old cougar, and like that's pretty much the story itself. But there's nothing. It doesn't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just hey, here's a young guy dating an older woman. The end, and you're like, okay, so like what is the big, where's the story there? Like what's the theme here? So it just kind of made me think like, well, is it possible? Like is that a working relationship basically? Do you think it works? Past 5 years older. I think it can. It just depends on who it is. You can do 30 and 50, 20 and 40. I mean, now 20 and 40 though to be. I just look at 20 like your mind. You have to be real mature for your mind to be at that level of marriage and children and taking things seriously in life. Because so somebody who's 40 might feel like Stella and feel like, what am I gonna do with this boy? Like, what am I gonna do with this girl? Like, I don't know. I mean, you leaving corn pops everywhere. You don't use my coasters. I asked you several times to put the drink on the coaster. You got water rings on my table. You don't clean the dishes up. You're only 20, so you're a kid. Versus like somebody who's 30. Like, you're still young, but you're not. You're not super duper young to the point you just got out of high school and you just silly and so I feel like that's a little bit more workable. So I don't know. And then especially if you're 40 and you're dating somebody who's 10 years older or 20 years older or 15 years older, it's even better. Because you're like, I'm 40. I mean, I got this life thing down. Thank you. Okay. I don't need any help. So your maturity level is up here. At least it should be. I pray it is. So it just depends on maturity level of both individuals. Now, however, I will say this: in those relationships, the dynamics, because of the fact that he's older, or you older, or whatever, or you younger, whatever it is, I hear that you might hit a brink where the age will show, and you're gonna have a generational divide because certain topics they're not gonna be able to gel with you on. They're not going to respond in the way your generation will respond to it, and vice versa. And so you may have a clash. So you all have to decide, well, what do we do when we hit these sort of rocky roads and these patches, these rough patches? Because you will hit them, most likely. Most likely, because, I mean, y'all so many years apart. So, you're two different generations. So, those are the only things. Well, other than that, is it workable? Yeah, it is. It is. Can God send them? I think so. What do you guys think about that? Well, I definitely want to hear your comments. I'd love to hear your comments. If you are a person who's in a relationship with someone who's 15 years, 20 years, 10 years older, tell me about it. Like, how's it going for you guys? I would love to know about it. So, drop your comments below. But our second topic, our second and last topic for the evening is Mr. West. Not north, south, or east, but Mr. West. Kanye West takes a break from politics. About time, huh? Kanye West takes a break from politics. So he claimed that he is being used. And I got this from the New York Times website. So he claims he's being used. So West met with Trump this month, as we all know, in the Oval Office, delivering a 10-minute soliloquy in support of the president. Ew. But that's what he did. Okay, we had, you saw what the Make America Great Again hat on, and he was talking and going on about, things that he wanted to see, like crime and gun reform and things like that. But at the same time, he still was supporting Trump. And Kanye became a hero of some conservatives because basically that side was happy. They were happy to see this prominent black entertainer come in and start spitting the rhetoric that they, normally uh, prophesize, basically. They like, well, finally, one of them is on our team, and that's how they felt. So they felt welcomed, with open arms, and they felt like, okay, well, now we're going to get more black people to follow us. We're going to get more black Democrats to come to the side. So they were very happy because they know that Kanye West resonates with a lot of, black people in general. There's a lot of black fans. So they were trying to, they were thinking like, oh, this is a win-win. Finally we got, Sir Kanye on our team. So he tweeted Tuesday that he was being used to spread messages that he doesn't believe in, and he pledged to stay away from politics. And West had been impulsive on social media. Now, he's out. We used to him, kind of jumping on social media, saying what he wants to say. And he may have real world. Now, this may have real world consequences. And because he's upset many of his peers and his fans, as you know. Him and T.I., they had words, and Snoop Dogg wasn't too happy about all the things that he was saying. So even though he's now pulling out and saying, well, I really don't want to be attached like that no more to politics, it's like too little too late. You've already pissed off so many people who are in your arena, and so now, you still have to go back and face these people. And so I think he's ruptured a lot of his relationships around him, as well as with his fans. He's ruptured some of the relationships. So it's like now the damage is done. He has to now figure out, okay, besides me stepping back from politics, how do I repair these relationships with people who used to love me? I used to love them, or he probably still loves them, but they kind of cooled off on him. So I got to see now repair the brokenness. So let's see. Okay, you can't read your own handwriting. I'm like, what did I write? I was writing that too fast. Now this denies conservatives blacks joining their side of the fence. So basically, the conservatives, the same conservatives who were so happy that he came over, they're like really peeved now because they're like, oh, he's leaving, and so the blacks too. So they were talking about this on The View too, and Whoopi Goldberg was talking about like, excuse me, hello, nobody owns us anymore, so we can pick. We're free-minded individuals as black people. Like, we don't need Kanye West to kind of help lead us towards whatever party we're gonna support, and that's true. So if we're gonna go towards the Republican side or the independent side or whatever it is, or even the Tea Party or whatever, God forbid, then that's an independent decision that we're gonna make on our own. We're not needing Kanye West or any celebrity to help lead us out the gate into wherever, a new world. Like we know what to do on our own. So. So, Candace Owens, she's the founder of Blexit, which is a movement encouraging blacks to exit the Democratic Party. Get it? Black exit, Blexit. I like that. That's cool. So, West introduced her to a designer to create a logo for her movement. Now he's upset that he was ever a part of it. He was saying he didn't want to do a Blexit. He's not a part of it. He doesn't represent any part of it. So he basically disowned her. The next day, he was like really pissed at her, and she did a public apology to him. Candace Owens, she apologized to him in a blog post of hers. She apologized to him. I didn't mean for you to feel this way, Mr. West. I understand that it came off that way because basically by Kanye endorsing her, she gained like maybe 800 something new followers and new people who were now, curious about what Blexit was and wanted to join her movement. So it just really was a catastrophe because she ended up apologizing to him, which I'm not sure if I was her. I'm not sure if I would apologize necessarily because he disowned you. easier to be apologizing to you for kind of faking you out. Like, I mean, he didn't introduce you to a designer, then basically kind of just slapped you in the face in a sense and told you like, look, I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to part of that group. Blah blah blah. I don't know them. Whatever. He just kind of. He just kind of kicked you to the side, and then you're apologizing to him. I think that she was taking the high road, which I love. She was just like, look, I'm just going to apologize to this guy because I really see that it's going left. It's really going left, and it can't be right. Sometimes life is like that, and I think that she was just trying to clear the funk out of the air before it goes crazy, where he gets to tweeting back and forth, and they're going into a feud, and I'm like, what in the world? This reminds me of the time when he ran on stage when Taylor Swift was accepting her award and saying Beyonce had the best video ever, and he later apologized to Taylor Swift. Then he accused her of not defending him. Taylor Swift said she did defend him. It was a lot of back and forth. I was like, oh my goodness. It was like because they did like him and Taylor Swift did a song together. Then he was saying that she didn't really do much to defend it. I don't know. I was like, why does she have to defend you? Like, didn't you run off stage and ruin her moment? Like, why is that she's responsible for defending you? Didn't she defend you though? She forgave you, so that should be enough. So you never know what's going on with somebody else's mind. People think differently about different things. There are people who are just emotionally unstable. I mean, they take in things in a totally different way than you do, And so the slightest thing, like, it just really sets them off. To me, I know they said, he publicly admitted that he was bipolar. So I do believe it because, I mean, you can see the manic, mood swings that he's having, and then all this is like public, so it's really sad. It's actually sad to kind of watch him suffer because you're seeing that everything is just playing out, and it's playing out in front of cameras, and it shouldn't be. I think that, I don't know what Kim is doing, but his wife needs to kind of pull him aside and to say, honey, I think we need to get you medicated and get you to a clinic because these cameras and these folks don't really care about you. They're making a fool out of you, and they're watching you make a fool out of yourself, not because you are a fool, because you are a man who is sick, in your mind. There's nothing, I mean, you're a genius, musically, but you're creative and awesome, but he probably has created some of the best music while he was in a manic episode, because that's kind of how bipolar is. Like, it's a lot of artists and creative people who are bipolar. They create some of the best stuff when they're manic, and that's probably what some of his best creations were. He probably feels like, he's spinning on top of the world, and he creates the best album, and we're like, oh my god, that was awesome. But he does a concert, he could be manic on stage, you never would know. You just thought, oh, I just saw a great show. Like, yeah, he's manic, of course, he's flying, and you're flying with him, and so now we're seeing it, and it doesn't look too good, doesn't. He's making a fool out of himself, he's, it's just, it's nuts, the president, even the president's looking like, did he say he's an interesting guy, interesting character? Even the president, like, as crazy as Donald Trump is, he didn't know what to do with him. He just was like, he probably said something crazy to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump was looking like, oh, okay, because he doesn't know what to do with him, but he probably, maybe, as nutty as Donald Trump can be sometimes, he probably was picking up on some vibes, from that something wasn't right mentally with him. Like, what's wrong with this guy? He probably was wondering, why are you here? Why are you here? So, I don't know, but I think we should pray that Kanye West gets his stuff together, get some help. And I was listening to the AC Green show on Soul 106.3 in my city, Chicago, and he said something really good. He was saying, like, we don't have any room as black people to really push nobody out and kind of blacklist nobody from the community, saying, oh, we ain't messing with Kanye no more. We not listening to his songs. We ain't buying his music. We not whatever. We don't have any room. We can't put nobody out. You can't afford to put nobody out. Because do white people put their folks out? I don't think so. Not really, but we don't have the room to do that. So he was just saying, not saying we should accept anything, but don't necessarily push your brother or sister out when you see that they're going through something. You know, like I said, I think this is illness. I don't think this is really who he is as a person. So I don't think it's a gimmick for album sales either. I'm like the way he acted. I'm like, no, that sounds like it's an illness. So, but he said we don't really have room to do that. So instead, still embrace them and because you can easily say, well, I don't really agree with what you're saying, but can you explain it? Because I'm not understanding what you're saying. You know, when he was talking about slavery is a choice and all this crap, and you know, so instead of pushing him out and maybe his peers can do this as well, try to embrace what he's saying, where he's coming from, and not necessarily agree with it, but just try to, you know, hear him out, you know? So, yeah. So, I think we probably should do that instead of, you know, pushing him out and saying we ain't really messing with him no more. But I do think it's definitely illness. Sounds like it's illness. So. All right, my loves, but that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed those two awesome topics. Please like and share and comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. If you guys ever have ideas about topics that you want to see me talk about, definitely feel free to let me know. You can always drop it in the comment section. You can email me or you can hit me up on social media. However you want to do it is fine by me. And until I see you guys next time, you all continue to be blessed, and I will talk to you later. Bye.